Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first.
What happens when a famous girl from a girl group decides that she goes all MAGA? We know Nicki Minaj, Amber Rose, and the other, but you won't believe Chilli from TLC decided that she was gaslighting folks and she is all MAGA. We'll talk about it right here, now on Viral. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Viral. We talk about Chilli from TLC secretly might be a MAGA supporter. But first thing first, join in that conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on Viral, we talk about Chilli from TLC, maybe a MAGA supporter behind the scenes. The backlash Chilli has received has been massive. She has liked, supported, and given causes and donated to MAGA causes. And many people call her out. But Chilli says other ways she's not a MAGA supporter. Here's what Chilli had to say.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course.
All right, Chilli giving a pointed excuse saying that she's not MAGA, said she would never say that about Michelle Obama, that she voted for the Obamas and she decided that she's not MAGA. But a lot of people are calling bluff to her and not believing her. But Chilli saying that she's not MAGA. But this ain't the first time Chilli is the only celebrity that secretly likes Donald Trump and his policies and supports him. We have people that we don't know for sure. Nelly saying the same thing. Snoop Dogg was saying something years ago about you vote for Trump, you ain't nothing. Now he's performed for Trump. Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne. And now Nicki Minaj, you see her right here, video footage with her and Donald Trump together. So there's a lot of people that support MAGA that are black celebrities and current modern celebrities. Well, a lot of people crying wolf about it. But let's hear our very own Bob Evans. Bob, take it away. Thank you, Bob, for the informative insight about Chilli, about her being a MAGA supporter. We don't know, it's like she is a MAGA supporter. But she's trying to dismiss those claims, saying that those claims are not what it is. Well, that's here and there. You like, share, and subscribe to 9.9% you are. But Chilli trying to cry wolf. Let's see what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say on what the people say about Chilli being a quietly, secretly MAGA supporter. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so this is video number 2, digging into the facts as they relate to the controversy surrounding Chilli from TLC and accusations that she is MAGA. People are not letting up about this. Everybody is pretty much talking about it. And so I want to go into details about the donations part of this. So apparently Chilli made about 5 donations to organizations connected to Donald Trump's campaign. She says in the statement she put out last night, she addressed these donations and she said she was under the impression that they were for causes like supporting veterans. Basically, she's saying that she did not realize that they were going directly to Donald Trump. Now, there's more. Midas News is reporting that she also on social media follows a number of MAGA people, including Tommy Lauren, Byron Donalds, he's a congressman out of Florida, and Donald Trump Jr. Now, people keep coming out with more and more. I don't know what is fact and what is not fact, and I'm not going to bring it to you unless I know for certain that it is fact, so we can make informed decisions and not rely on gossip and AI generated things that can lead us astray. So as I find out more, I'll let you know. But what I do want to let you know that this issue is even more controversial because of the big concert news that came out last week. And that is that TLC, In Vogue, and Salt and Pepper are going on tour together. And so many people were excited about this announcement. They even started purchasing tickets. Well, with this news of Chilli coming out, folks are saying they no longer want to go to the show. And if they have bought tickets, many people are saying that they want a refund. Folks are also asking if t-boz, Chilli's bandmate, is MAGA. And according to Midas News, t-boz is actually part of a healthcare voter advocacy group, and she's also been very outspoken about the Affordable Care Act. So no evidence on the table that connects t-boz to MAGA. Let me know in the comments how this whole situation with Chilli is impacting your plans to go to the concert if you were planning to go. Let me know if you've changed your mind based on this news about Chilli.
Hello. With all this Chilli stuff going on, I'm really interested in knowing just how serious really are Black people when it comes to support for the opposition, I'll say. Because we sit on these iPhones, right? We sit on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We drive our Teslas, and we order off Amazon. And and we mad at Chilli? It just blows my mind. But we don't want to all come together and really, really destroy the capabilities of what this administration has done to us. Chilli's the problem. Now, I'm not saying she right, but I'm saying, are we wrong?
Rosanda Chilli Thomas, what are you doing, sis? You said that misogyny you reposted about Michelle Obama was a mistake. A mistake. Girl, that was not a mistake. It was a glimpse into who you are. Because, see, mistakes don't come with receipts that suggest otherwise. You reposted a conspiracy about the nation's first Black first lady and then told everybody it was an accident. Fine. People misclick. It happens. But then folks started looking closer. And suddenly, it's not just one post. It's donations to Donald Trump's reelection campaign. It's likes on posts celebrating him. It's engagement with some of the most racist conservative accounts. And you want us to believe that's a mistake. Chilli child, that's a pattern. Your fan base isn't reacting because we're mad. We're reacting because the math is mathing. One mistake might slide, but a trail of alignment, that tells a truth you're trying to clean up. Stop playing games with us, sis. Either you're woefully ignorant or you think we are dumb. If you are a Trump supporter, own it. Stand in it. But do not gaslight us. We deserve better from you, sis. You did not move in private. You moved in public, then tried to rebrand it as confusion. Well, sis, confusion doesn't donate. Confusion doesn't consistently engage. Confusion doesn't build a digital footprint. Now, let's talk about this tour y'all are about to embark on. TLC, Salt and Pepper, In Vogue. That's not just a lineup. It is a cultural space built by Black women. The same Black women navigating Trump's harmful policies that impact our healthcare, our safety, our pay, and our rights. What will be signaled off that stage will feel like something else because now, thanks to Chilli, y'all have a values alignment crisis. And folks are asking a very, very simple question. Are you for us or benefiting from us? Black women are not passive consumers anymore. We pay attention, we connect dots, we decide where our support goes. And frankly, I have neither dollars nor grace for anyone, especially black icons, aligning with a bigot and his racist movement that is hell-bent on making black women mammies and maids again.
92% girl power redefined.
Somebody in big trouble, and it's Chilli because her association with Trump or whatever going on. This is a crazy story. Listen to this one. This lady is getting cooked right now. But what's the whole Chilli and Trump thing about? Well, Chilli, I don't know how you like your chili cooked, but this chili is cooked well done as far as I'm concerned. She reposted some BS whatever about Michelle Obama voting as a man. You know, that whole crazy conspiracy narrative that be going around. Reposted this on Instagram, apparently. So it made people go crazy and say, what the hell is wrong with Chilli? So, of course, the internet gets to digging. It gets crazier. Pay attention. Then they said they had records showing that Chilli donated to Trump's fund or something. Nearly $1,000 in 2024. Now, I'm going to tell you what made Chilli have to come out and she trying to get from underneath this like crazy. TLC is on tour or doing a tour with Salt and Pepper and in Vogue, and people start talking about taking tickets back, all kind of shit. And then Chilli had to come on TMZ, which I would have thought she would have, if she was going to apologize or whatever, it would have been on her on Instagram where she reposted that crap. But because of the ticket sales and just getting cooked beyond belief, she goes on there saying she's not a Trumper, she's not MAGA, she would never disrespect any woman, blase, blase, blah. At this rate, they might just kick Chilli off the damn tour. She claims she hit the wrong button, but the repost was up for days. So one thing about these celebrities, they're going to say whatever they feel like they got to say to get their way, and I don't like it. What if I told you?
Okay, real short and sweet to the point. She been telling y'all for years and playing in y'all face for years. When it's come time to put down black men and dating black men, she wants to be identified as a black woman. But any other thing out of that, she does not. She says she's caramel, she's not chocolate, which you got eyes just like I got eyes. This is a chocolate woman. Now, any other time with the donations to the campaigns and all this other stuff, just all of the problematic stuff she has said, she don't want to be seen as black. But when it come time, she want to, hey, black women, you need to not date black men. You need to date outside your race. Okay, she want to, get level with you. It's giving very much swiping the black card when it's convenient. It is. Like I said, she is of whatever background she is. She even has a black mother. So, but you still have some black people walking this planet that don't want to be considered black. I don't know what you surprised and shocked about. I'm not surprised and I'm not shocked. You have to believe people when they tell you who they are. She done told y'all. So this does not surprise me. She's sharing the stuff about Michelle Obama. She can read. Then she lying, talking about she didn't make no donations. They got the receipts on you. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You don't like black men, but you chose black men to, a black man to have your kids by. That says a lot too. So a black man, you want your genes to be black, but you don't want black love. I'm not really understanding. Your child is a black man. So what is he going to think? That's what self-hating black people don't understand. When you make statements like this, you have black children that are looking right at you. You're literally as black as the rest of us, and you teaching your kids to hate themselves. Self-hatred is loud, and it is always it's going to be in your face at the wrong time. Somebody need to give Chilli a mirror and tell her black is black. It don't matter what kind. You can make up all the sideways apologies you want to, but you have told us who you are. We don't have time for this. If Chilli don't want to be black, get her out the way. There's too many people that enjoy being black and living in our blackness. We don't have time for nobody that don't want to be black. Stop forcing people. Stop forcing that black identity on them. And they done told you they don't want it. Now, we know they black. We see it. But if they done told you they don't want to be black, leave it alone. Everything she says is going to be problematic because she don't want to be black. It's that simple. You got a whole bunch of people that's in Hollywood right now bleaching their skin, hollering this and that, talking all crazy because they don't like being black. Well, maybe in another life you may get the opportunity to be another race, but as long as you're in this one, you're black, you will be treated accordingly. I don't care what you get online and say. Get it through your head.
I mean, to be fair, was anybody ever really listening to TLC for Chilli anyway? I know t-boz is somewhere out there thinking like, hey, I was the lead on most of those songs. And to be fair, TLC is known for having to go bankrupt after selling 10 million albums. If you stop listening to their music, the way those contracts were set up, I don't think that it would make any difference at all. Chilli got to be the lead of No Scrubs. And that didn't matter to none of y'all because y'all saying I'm not listening to that shit unless it's the left eye version. Chilli donated $1,000 to Donald Trump in 2024. They say Rosanna, but she the only Rosanna in the world. And that feel like too much, but not enough at the same time. But then again, they did go bankrupt. I kind of knew this about Chilli though. Have y'all seen her Instagram? She's like best friends with Candace Cameron. And she also posts her food and she says, is your dinner Chilli approved? And if you post something she don't like, she kind of does emojis where she mad at you. Maybe t-boz should call up Oh So Crispy. See what she doing, Maybe it's time to actually put her in the group.
I think what we're seeing happen with Chilli of TLC is a part of a larger issue, which is that we're finding out that a lot of the celebrities that we loved don't actually care about the people who they built their careers on the backs of, but instead are only interested in their bottom line, which is their wealth. Waka Flocka Flame continues to play just another brother from the hood, but doesn't actually care that people from the hood are being negatively impacted. Nicki Minaj, entire career built on the backs of black folks, and does not care how black people are impacted by what's going on in this country. In fact, doubles down on it. Nick Cannon, who was looking to the community to support him when he was being canceled by Jewish people, and then turns around and talks about his admiration for that man. So for those of you who don't know what's going on with Chilli of TLC, she reposted this post that was suggesting that Michelle Obama was born a man. And when people discovered it, she began to backpedal and put out statements saying that it was an accident. Here's the video of her trying to explain what happened that caused her to accidentally, as she claims, repost the post.
Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button. And I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button.
Now, unfortunately for Chilli, what she said in that video does not align with this message that she posted on the same post, saying that she reposted it thinking that she was supporting something else. Which one is it? You know what I mean? And another thing that did not help was that people did some digging, and it seems like she allegedly had donated to the very group that she says she does not support. The math is not mathing. I don't know. I just feel like Left Eye would never. She would never.
I knew that Chilli wasn't shit when somebody called her chocolate in her comment section and she corrected them and was like, no, caramel. I knew right then and there. And don't get me wrong, like there are some people who don't like being called chocolate, specifically dark-skinned women. They feel like it's sexualizing them, you're fetishizing them. They used to eat us. They used to eat us back in the day. So I get it. Me, personally, it's not that serious to me. You can call me chocolate, you can call me brown sugar. Like, that doesn't bother me. But for you to take it a step further and correct them and say like, oh, I don't want you to call me chocolate, but you can call me caramel. Yeah, I know exactly what you are. Like, let's call a thing. A lot of dark-skinned women with that type of hair, like with the loose curl pattern and shit, child, sometimes them hoes be worse than the light-skinned women. I'm talking about in terms of like colorism and texturism. Oh my God. Some of the most ignorant, anti-black, hateful ass sentiments that I've ever heard has come from a dark-skinned woman with loose hair. I promise you, I'm not lying. Oh, I don't experience colorism because I got good hair, or I'm not like them nappy-headed black women, blah, 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 blah. Like, true story. But yeah, so finding out that Chilli is a Trump supporter is not surprising at all. She don't even like her damn skin tone. She don't like being considered, she don't like being compared to dark-skinned black women. So I know she don't like black people, period. You feel me? She's a bigot. I'm not surprised at all, girl. They over here pulling up receipts, honey. They got you on candid camera liking Trump propaganda and reposting anti-black rhetoric about Michelle Obama. She gonna talk about it was an accident. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. I have accidentally reposted something, but as soon as I accidentally do it, I go back and unrepost it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, I mean, that like button is very close to the repost button. You feel me? But you done they done already caught you. Like, you like a lot of Trump propaganda. It's not like it was just like a one-off situation or a one-off incident. So no, girl, the lie detector determines that was a fucking lie. You're a liar. You're a Trump supporter. They over here saying that she donated money to Trump's campaign. I'm not sure how they was able to find that out, but apparently it's all public information. What's your dumb ass, girl? Chilli is a bigot, and that also would explain why Lisa left. I never liked her. Okay, clock it. I will say this though, once again, y'all only have all this smoke for black women, just non-black women that are supporting this man, and y'all don't like. Hell, even Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian is a blatant Trump supporter. She literally posted a picture of Melania Trump, and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's boycotting her. Nobody talks about it. But when it's a black woman, it's like, oh, you gotta go and get y'all fucking pitchforks and shit. I don't know. It's weird, but I'll be back for some more. Okay, bye. Wait, before I go, y'all like my hair? I braided my hair back. I got some straight back cornrows, and I put some beads on the end so I don't look like a little boy. Y'all like it? It's okay if you don't like it. I don't really give a fuck. All right, bye.
You know, it's a little disturbing to me to see this corner of the black delegation saying comments on social media like, y'all some dumbasses. I don't understand why y'all so mad with Chilli. She can support who she want to support. This is just dumb that y'all mad at her. It ain't nobody's business who she supports, so on and so forth. All things constant, in a normal situation, you'd probably be right. But at this point, people are upset because this man is actively causing harm that is impacting people's day-to-day lives. And that's the short of it. Families being ripped apart, complete industries going belly up as a result of his decisions, ICE hunting down brown people for the sport of it all. Cost of living is through the roof. And let's not forget to mention that we are in a pointless war right now. Oh, and the U.S. is insolvent. And people ain't getting paid down to the TSA. There is a lot of harm that has happened very quickly to a lot of people. So when somebody has caused my family to be ripped apart, or somebody has caused me to not be able to pay my bills, and then I find out that you are in support of the person who has caused me harm, it's going to create upset. And we are at a point now where, honestly and truthfully, many Americans are so tired. A line has been drawn in the sand. And that line is either you with us over here who got a little bit of decency about ourselves, or you over there supporting this man who was causing harm. Because at this point in this man's presidency, there is no earthly way anybody can say he's doing a good job and what he's doing is great for the country and what he's doing has helped everybody and the country is in the best shape it's ever been and he's the greatest president ever. You just can't. Okay. Now, your ego and your pride, your ideology, or fear from being excommunicated from your social groups might keep you, from talking against him. It might keep you in support of him out loud. But deep down inside, any individual who can add 2 + 2 knows y'all done fucked up. And that this man was not good for this country. And people are hurt. You don't get to cause me pain. You don't get to cause my family pain and then want to be my friend. It don't work like that. So that is why people are upset with this information for Chilli, for those of y'all who are slow in the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently Chilli from TLC is in a little bit of hot water. She accidentally reposted something about Michelle Obama being a man. You know, whether you agree or disagree with Donald Trump's policies, or, you know, the MAGA people, or whatever the case may be, whether you like them, don't like them, or whatever the case. You know, I personally think that is very disrespectful and telling when people, you know, try to say that, oh, Michelle Obama is a man, you know, that's what that she's, and all that other kind of stuff. It's just downright disrespectful. Nonetheless, Chilli accidentally reposted something, and now all of a sudden, people get to digging, doing research, figuring stuff out. And then they have found out that she said that was an accident, but they also said that she accidentally, according to her, you know, donated to Trump's campaign, which is her business. Her money is what she want to do with it. And, but she did it 17 times in 2024. That's her business. That's what she want to do with her money. Wherever, you know, you got the right to support whoever you want to support. You know, it's just, you know, now you got to be careful about your, you know, when you know your core market, your fan base. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know if they, I mean, it is what it is. It really don't matter. It don't, not to me. I got stuff I need to do. I ain't got time to be worrying about it. But, yeah, getting real in the field. I don't go chasing waterfalls.
So there's a lot to get to here. It has been revealed through FEC records that Chilli is a supporter of that guy. Now let's keep it real. Maybe we should have known this because she ran with that you see at the top of this article. Don't believe me? Here is that repost. Right there. Insane. So look, she took it down, but what you need to understand is this is a C theory that has made the rounds in right-wing circles for years. Now the thing is, that account also runs with a ton of others. There's stuff on here that I can't even say. Because the video will get taken down. And by the way, lizard people, shout out to Danica Patrick, who also believes in that stupid shit too. But then you start going through her follow list, and all I can tell you is she is not seeing the same algorithm that you and I are. If you follow these people, if you interact with these people, you're probably going to have results like this, or maybe even stuff like this. I mean, she is really in the thick of it. You are following and liking posts from Byron frickin' Donalds. So she would put up, after the backlash, this post and also a video accompanying it. But I want to just break down something. I am not MAGA and do not support the many policies that are causing harm to the American people. Let's stop here. According to FEC filings for a Rosanda Thomas of Georgia, Chilli, she donated to Win Red, which is the RNC's fundraising platform, Never Surrender Inc., which used to be a Donald J. Trump name for fundraising, and also Trump National Committee. Like, how? I'll tell you how, by the way, she tried to spin this. Going back to that Instagram post, she would say, I thought I was supporting that, which I can't say, and the vets. Hang on a second. As one user rightfully put, and I concur, you are donating to something and an organization that has Trump in the name instead of pick any of the veteran causes that you could have possibly given money to, but you gave to that. How? So what were the totals? It was about $900, $800 went to Trump, $63 went to the NRSC, and $7 went to Rafael Cruz. So why do I think she did that apology video? Why do I think that she's coming out and saying, I am not aligning with the things that I've directly donated my hard-earned money to? It's because she's going on tour. It's because she's teaming up, TLC is, with Salt and Pepper and En Vogue for a tour. This is Damage Control 101.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course,
so she said that she made a mistake. She thought that she was supporting, veterans. She also, in a second part of that video, she addresses uproar that she caused recently after resharing an Instagram post, obviously about Michelle Obama, and saying that Michelle Obama is a transgender woman, calling the online chatter, they're very concerning. As she said, I have the utmost respect for Michelle Obama. But folks are digging into her history and digging into her social media site, again, saying that she supports this. Remember, if you want to know who TLC and Chilli, just refresh your memory, 1991, she replaced the founding member, Crystal Jones, in TLC. She completed the girl group's classic lineup alongside Tiana, that's t-boz, Watkins, and the late Lisa Left Eye Lopez. The trio is best known for the 1999 smash hit No Scrubs. And I thought they were Waterfall too, No Scrubs, right? And so that's where it is. And I lived in Atlanta. I knew her. I don't know her politics. And I'm definitely going to call her after this and see what's going on. What's going on. In the meantime, Black women, and not just Black women, are feeling a certain kind of way about this. We're going to hear from them. But first, I want you to listen to something that may help you through these hard economic times. Take a look. So take a listen, everyone. Something that might be really helpful for you. Let's be honest. The cost of living right now, it's just high. It is exhausting. Now, if you've been leaning on credit cards just to cover basics like grocery or gas, you're paying over 20% interest just to get by. That adds up fast. So why keep handing your paycheck to the banks when there's another option? American Financing is helping homeowners use their equity to pay off that high interest debt. And on average, people are saving about $800 a month. $800 a month, that's some real money. And it's breathing room. It takes about 10 minutes to see what you can save.
I am definitely aware about the Chilli of TLC of it all. And the thing that is, is sad, but also there are many Black celebrities, public figures who are clearly MAGA, who are hardcore Republicans, etc. And Chilli is probably going to face more repercussions than a lot of them because she is a Black woman. Like, this is very much going to give the Chrisette Michelle effect. Y'all barely forgave that lady. But there have been so many Black male celebrities who have aligned themselves with the Trump administration, or who come on here being like, people are people. You shouldn't judge people based off their, like the Nellies, the Snoop Dogs, the Kanye West, like there are so many of them, and they still get to have careers. And that's just the way misogynoir is set up. But the thing about Chilli is that I'm not that surprised. Growing up on TLC, also being an 80s millennial, over the years, I feel like we've learned enough about Chilli where this is not a surprise. And these might be reaches, but I don't think they're reaches at all. Like, I remember the conversation around her paternity and wanting to know her paternity, and just questions around her identity. Like, Chilli has always led us to believe she's partly Asian or partly Native American, and it's like, your daddy just looks like a Black man. Like I know your hair and your skin is like real olive, but girl. Also, peak VH1 reality TV show era, when VH1 was just cranking out these reality TV shows. Chilli was on a couple of dating ones. And I don't know, I think we learned too much about her through that. We're like, oh girl, you might be insufferable. But yeah, these are not earnest mistakes. The repost and the donations all of these things cannot be mistakes. Repeatedly cannot be mistakes. And apparently, let me find the thread. So one of, I guess, Chilli's ex's baby mothers took to threads over the weekend and was like, yeah, not surprised. You know, she was a great bonus mom to our child. However, comma, my baby daddy broke up with her because she voted for Trump in 2016.
As a former publicist, let me explain something to you. Not all publicists, but a lot of them deal with crisis management. And what the goal almost always is to bring y'all, the public, from certainty about a fact to uncertainty. So this whole like TLC, Chilli being MAGA, she hit the repost by mistake. That's crisis management, baby. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. I've done it on this app. Because that's the thing. Like I heard, I made the mistake of looking at TikTok before the bed, and I was like, bitch, what do you mean Chilli is MAGA? And I was like, you know what, girl, go to sleep. The fuck? Like, this is why you don't look at TikTok before bed. But the video that I saw where she's like explaining it, I was like, but babe, at your grown-ass fucking age, and as a public figure, you don't know that when you donate to politicians, that is public knowledge. Just like when you vote, that is public knowledge. So yeah, do I think she's lying? She's probably lying, and she's probably lying. Yo, she's probably lying. She's probably lying. And this is happening at the worst possible time. I know t-boz is hot, baby. And people are talking about, oh, you know, I saw this one woman say, you know, I'm sure t-boz, like, you know, you compartmentalize when you're dealing with your coworkers. Yeah. Listen, working in creative industry, hell fucking yeah, you compartmentalize because you're trying to get that check, baby. And these people are awful. If there is nothing else that you learn from my page, is that it is a terrible industry, and I don't really want to encourage y'all to join it. I just want y'all to learn from it. Anyway, yeah, bitch, not buying them tickets. Not buying them tickets, girl. Girl, t-boz, good luck. I know you mad as fuck.
Did y'all know t-boz said this in an interview? She said, yeah, I got a group member that even voted for Trump. I got a group member that is MAGA. And she came out here yesterday and lied in our face. Treason. This is betrayal. But y'all know what? It's always going to come from inside the house. Always. We got to be mindful. Just because she talk about, you guys know I'm not problematic and I'm just so nice and sweet and I'm so peaceful. But yeah, you voting for the devil to come in and destroy all of our lives. Yeah, you nice and sweet on the surface. That's what you want us to believe because we don't know you, okay? We don't know you, but we getting to know you by who you following, the beliefs that you believe in, who you voting for. She donated to Trump 17 times. 17 times, y'all. 17 times, y'all. Okay? And gonna come out here and say, oh, she's not a MAGA, gonna lie in our face like that? Bull crap.
TLC's Rosanda Chilli Thomas is breaking her silence after it was exposed that she donated to multiple organizations that are affiliated with the Trump campaign. Not only that, she's explaining why she accidentally reposted a false video talking about Michelle Obama.
Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody. And I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button. And I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, I took that down and, you know, I would never post anything like that. I would never do something like that. That is not my character. I have supported the Obamas. I gave to the campaign, both runs, voted twice for him, and supported the organization that Michelle had in the schools for exercise for the kids. I would never do anything that's harmful or hateful to anybody. You know, I'm just not wired like that. That's just not who I am. And when it comes to organizations that I have donated to, these are the things that support the veterans. You know, I have always supported them, not just now, but for years. This is not something new. So I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, this from me, you know, that I would never do anything so disrespectful, and I would just never, I'm just not about hate or anything like that. You know, if you look on my page and see my posts, it's all about love, faith, and connection. That's what I'm all about, you know, and I've always been that way, and I will continue to be just that way. So I just want to thank you guys for, you know, your love and your support, and just taking the time to listen to me right now. I really, really appreciate that. And
Chilli also posted a written note confirming that she is not MAGA. It should also be noted this past week it was announced that TLC, In Vogue, and Salt and Pepper were going on the It's Iconic, the tour. So this apology, is it fully 100%, or are they concerned because so many people have already said because of this news that they would not be attending? And in all fairness, and this is not defending Chilli, I just feel like people need to have the same energy when it comes to people like Snoop, when it comes to people like Nelly, when it comes to people like Kanye West. Kanye West just dropped a new project and new video, but everybody's like, oh my God, he's such a genius. Nia Long just came out in support. He's like, more of this. Excuse me? Or is this energy just for black women and not for black men?
Like all of you, I heard about the controversies surrounding TLC's Rosanda Chilli Thomas and her donation to the Trump MAGA campaign. And I was shocked. I was shocked by the news itself, but I was also shocked by the way Chilli, an entertainment industry veteran, was mishandling this PR crisis. Now, as a TLC fan who was excited about the recently announced tour dates with In Vogue and Salt and Pepper, I really want this tour to succeed, and I would hate for something like this to stop ticket sales. So, as your go-to image elevator, I thought I would offer Chilli and her tour mates 4 unsolicited PR and crisis communication tips that would help them best navigate the situation. First, stop talking. The more you speak off the cuff, the bigger the hole you're digging. Get with a PR professional and take a beat to gather some believable talking points, and then set up a real interview if need be. I understand that you want to clear up this mess and try to get the truth out there as soon as possible, but trying to randomly defend yourself on social media does not help. Instead, it only adds fuel to the flame by giving this unnecessary, unwanted attention. Keep in mind, you've got tickets to sell with 2 other major acts, so this is bigger than just personal brand protection. And to the other touring members who have left comments and chimed in, with all due respect, please, I beg you to be quiet. I get that you want to defend your friend and your tour mate, but this is not your battle. The more you guys engage in this controversy publicly, the bigger it's going to become. Take a note out of Tiger Woods' book. He got into some trouble this past weekend, and he's been holed up at his home ever since, and we haven't heard a peep out of him. 2. Focus on the positive. Now is the perfect time to remind the public why they fell in love with you in the first place. Time heals all wounds, and this will pass too if you let it ride out. If you don't give it any attention, the public will forget about it quickly. So instead of jumping on social media to defend your actions, start promoting the tour. Make some fun content around your legendary music videos or your iconic songs that we love. Again, the public wants to love you, so just remind them why they do and focus on that. 3, if the problem persists, then you can set up an accessible interview. Or if you have the time, wait till it's time to do press for the tour and address this matter then. You know, call Tamron Hall or Sherry Shepherd or even Carlos King, because those are the audiences that are really invested in this nonsense, and sit down and be ready to own your mistake. Have an apology prepared for Michelle Obama and to your fan base, and reassure everyone that this will not happen again. And it'll be a plus if you can have some receipts that can show ways that you have given money to the Democratic Party and or the community that supports you. Finally, Do some community service. You're in Atlanta, so find an LGBTQ plus group or a food bank or a charity or a needy family where you can showcase your support for the people. There are many things you can stand up for. March is Women's History Month, April is Autism Awareness Month, and May is Women's Health Month. If you are really against the current administration, you're gonna have to make some donations, whether that's time or money, to organizations that fight the current administration and publicize that. And finally, if you need help executing any of these plans, hit me up. My Image Elevators team and I are here to assist.
They just exposed TLC member Chilli, and she's watching everything crash around her, so she attempted to do damage control, but the damage control made everything worse. Chilli, for whatever reason, whether this was accidental or on purpose, reposted this particular, I guess, meme of Michelle Obama, accusing Michelle Obama was registered to vote as a man in 1994. Because of this repost, people began to investigate Chilli and to investigate where does she lean politically? Because if she's like reposting this, then she must be, you know, like a right-wing freak. And what they discovered was Chilli has made several donations to Donald Trump. On top of donating to Trump, obviously, the Trump National Committee, JFC, she also donated to a couple other right-wing organizations that we see here. Now, there were about 17 total transactions they saw. She donated $900 total. Is donating $900 a big deal? I mean, the number 900 isn't, but identifying so strongly with bigots that you want to give them, $900, that says a lot more. So the first step to her trying to get some good PR in, she released a statement on Twitter where she denounced the fact that she's MAGA, and she writes, "I want to be clear. I am not MAGA and do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. And the one problem with this is it's not adding up." So people pulled up her Instagram. Now, Chilli only follows 250 people, but a lot of that 250 that she chose to follow, they're all right-wing figures. So it's like, oh, hold on, sir. You're clearly a Trump supporter. Come out and be open about it. But instead, she decided to hop on camera and fake the funk. She dropped a video where she's talking about she is an Obama supporter, an Obama fan. I don't know too many Obama supporters, bruh, who's following Terrence K. Williams.
I have supported the Obamas. I gave to the campaign, both runs, voted twice for him. I would never do anything that's harmful or hateful to anybody.
All right. You people did not hold back. You people let it be known, man, that Chilli was a MAGA supporter. Well, I mean, Chilli got her own rights to vote who she want to vote for. Just stand 10 toes up and 10 toes down. Just say you're a MAGA supporter. People will respect you more. But, people be disappointed, but they will still kind of like, okay, she stands with MAGA. But Chilli going on this tour right here. Yeah, Chilli going on tour with Salt-N-Pepa, her group TLC involved. So she's messing up these 90s girl groups' money. Even Salt-N-Pepa came from the 1980s, as well as the involved and everybody else. So there's a lot going on. Even Donald Trump might be happy that Chilli a MAGA supporter. So we'll keep an eye on Chilli just to see if things go a different way. We'll keep an eye on it here on Viral. Thank you all for watching this edition of Viral. I've been your host, Kidder Dixon. So long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.